This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We start with developing news out of St. Louis, where 4 students are hospitalized and several others became sick after eating an edible drug. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. This happened just hours ago at Sumner High School. Tonight, we're learning more about what happened. Robert Townsend joins us live tonight from the school with what we've learned so far, Robert.
Kelly and Mike, right now everything looks pretty normal and uneventful here at Sumner High School, but let me tell you, it was a much different story, as you mentioned just a few hours ago. Take a look at this video. Again, a St. Louis Public Schools spokesperson telling us 4 Sumner students were taken to a hospital, quote, as a precaution after eating gummies that may have contained the marijuana ingredient THC. An expert telling me that's the chemical that gives people a feeling of euphoria if ingested. The 10th, 11th, and 12th graders complained of nausea and not feeling well. The school district spokesman says 6 other students were evaluated for symptoms and released to their parents. School officials also say right now all of the students are doing fine. They also tell us another student appears to have snuck the items into the high school after reportedly buying them from a nearby convenience store in this north side neighborhood. School officials tell us that student will be disciplined. That is the very latest from here. We're live in North City. I'm Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
2 19-year-olds are charged in a shooting that injured a teenage girl in Alton. The 13-year-old was on the porch of a home when she was shot. Police say the girl was not the target. She's still in the hospital tonight in critical condition. Alvin Perry III and Ray Sean Colvin are facing several charges, including attempted murder.
New tonight, St. Louis County Police have identified a second teenager killed in a triple shooting. 16-year-old Tyree Williams died this week after being shot outside an Oakville apartment complex. Williams and his 15-year-old friend were killed Monday afternoon.
A third victim who was taken to the hospital after the shooting has not yet been identified. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live from the South County Police Precinct with new information from Tyree Williams' family. Diamond.
Well, Kelly and Mike, family of 16-year-old Tyree Williams, tells us he loved to play video games and even played several sports, including basketball and football. Tyree was best friends with Colin Courtwright, the other victim.
Tyree was only 16.
Nashia Sessions says her cousin, Tyree Williams, was shot 3 times Monday in the parking lot of Black Forest Apartments in Oakville, twice in the legs and once in the head. He later died on the way to the hospital.
It don't make no sense. Over marijuana pens. It don't make. And then y'all was older than them. Y'all knew better.
St. Louis County Police confirmed 19-year-old Tyler Coleman and 18-year-old Zachary Howe have been charged with the murder of Tyree Williams and Colin Courtwright. They say the suspects were in Oakville selling marijuana cartridges to the teenagers. The suspects were students in the Melville School District, which released a statement to families saying, "Today we were informed that 2 of our students have been charged with crimes in connection to a shooting that took place off campus in a neighborhood near Oakville High School on February 5th. Sessions says Tyree and Colin were best friends. Another one of Tyree's cousins talked about the tragedy.
I'ma just say we all go miss him. Like, that was so out of nowhere, we all go miss him. Like, he the least of my, like, out of all the cousins, he like the one I least expected to die. Like, he's so young.
Tyree's family says their new reality is setting in.
It don't make no sense. Y'all still get to live y'all lives. Y'all family get to see y'all in jail. We had to go visit them at graves.
And even through their grief, Tyree's family says they're hurting for the 3rd victim in the shooting.
We're hurting for the other little boy that was shot. We just hurting. They don't know if he's gonna make it.
Tyree's family does tell us they are in communication with the family of the 3rd victim. They tell us that 3rd victim was shot in the stomach and has underwent surgery, but right now that family does not wish to release his name. Reporting live here at the South County Precinct, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Right now, police are looking for a man they say shot an officer in Granite City. Police responded to a disturbance call on Delmar around 10 last night. When they got to the scene, they found Donald Freeze behind a home. Officers say he was acting suspicious and tried talking to him. Eventually, there was some type of scuffle. Then police say Freeze had a gun and shot one of the officers in the arm. Officers then say they opened fire on Freeze, who ran off.
It
is the absolute worst phone call a chief could ever get. But whenever you get here and you find out that it's this kind of a situation, you're almost just overjoyed with happiness that this is the final outcome and that our officer's okay.
Police believe Freeze was hurt in the shooting. The officer who was shot is now recovering at home. Freeze faces several charges, including attempted first-degree murder. Police say he has a criminal history and is a convicted felon. Anyone who sees him is asked to call police.
A man who has been in prison for 33 years, convicted of killing a teenage boy, could soon become a free man. Today, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore filed a motion to vacate the conviction of Christopher Dunn.
This is now the third time a member of the judicial system has concluded Dunn's conviction should be vacated. Our Christine Byers is here to explain what's different about this time. Christine?
Mike, first a judge in 2020 agreed that a jury would likely not find Christopher Dunn guilty of murder. Then, right before she resigned, Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner filed a motion to vacate his conviction. Now, her appointed replacement has announced he too is filing a motion to vacate the conviction. Eyewitness testimony of two teenage boys was the key evidence that sent Christopher Dunn to life in prison for the murder of 15-year-old Rico Rogers. Dunn was 18 when Rogers was shot to death in 1990 in the 5600 block of Labadie. Those witnesses were 12 and 14 years old at the time and have since recanted their testimony. Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore commissioned an 8-month review of the case. It included expert analysis showing why those witness identifications would be very difficult and unlikely.
I don't take filing a motion like this with the court lightly. I would never do it unless I could stand before the court and say that I have reviewed this personally and independently and reached this conclusion.
The Attorney General can file an objection to Gore's petition, and a spokeswoman for Andrew Bailey tells me his office is reviewing today's filing and will prepare a response in the coming days.
Christine, thanks. The major case squad is investigating a death in Cahokia Heights. It happened yesterday afternoon on Mildred Avenue. The victim is Bradford Reedus. He's a man from Memphis, Tennessee. Police say he was shot inside a home. Anyone with information on this case should call the major case squad. That number is 618-332-4277.
A teenage girl is seriously hurt after a crash in North St. Louis County. It happened early this morning on North Florissant near Darst Road in Ferguson. The Missouri State Highway Patrol tells us the girl was a passenger in the car when it crashed. The driver ran off. Police are still trying to find them. The girl is in critical condition.
Compensating radiation victims, the latest on the push to provide payments in the St. Louis area.
Saving on streaming. Consumer Reports shares its tips to cut costs.
And it's 57 after a high of 60. Notice that southeast breeze at 18 miles an hour. So it's mild tonight, 40s for overnight lows. Rain chances are limited. I'll have more on that coming up.